All right, good afternoon. What a day so far. All right, so this is the midday recap. Let's see what's going on. So basically, this morning we talked about Powell speaking on Friday, 10 p.m., 10 a.m. Eastern time. So the markets are kind of like in a holding pattern. We have a little bit of movement here and there, but pretty much is probably trying to price in what Powell's going to do or say. So just know that we can either crater to about 4,400 or we can go to about 4,570. I wrote that on the Instagram page just to let you know. Right now, what we decided, we're about to hit our target in the SP 500. This is a 15-minute chart of 4,500. I said that on Monday, actually last week, we're going to hit 4,500 and we're about maybe 90 points away, somewhere there. So it looks like we're going to hit it by today. If you took those trades, you're going to sitting on a nice piece of profit. And yeah, looks good on the S&P 500. Let's see what's going to happen at 4,500. Does it go or not go? But basically, way if you want to play the Powell is the 4,400 puts for Monday are a good hedge. So keep those in mind. If you want to do SPY, that's a good hedge as well. The Nasdaq in a holding pattern. A lot of the fangs and so forth have went up tremendously. So this is just kind of consolidated. Had a tremendous move up. Had about a 300 point move from 15.1 our target, and it's just holding. So we're gonna look at this 15,408 to see if it can take out those. There's a lot of supply up there. See if it can go up. So Russell, it's looking good. It's been banging, right? It's about 2 points away from hitting our 2250 target. So we're gonna hit it probably by today. Let's see what happens up at that area. Alphabet has been banging, banging, banging. We call this at 27.27. We're sitting at 28.33. It's looking good. You had an over 100 point ripper. Can it go higher? Let's see what happens here. A lot of news on Google and Cloud Space hasn't been priced in. There was a big article on Barron's this past weekend about it. So let's see if it can go higher. It looks like it wants to go. MACDs are pulling back a little bit. Um, Let's see if this starts turning. This can go. As far as here, I forgot to mention the MACDs. We mentioned yesterday's midday. We needed for it to turn. It's turned. The Nasdaq hasn't turned yet, but basically has turned on the Russell. So it looks like it could go higher. Amazon. Amazon had a huge ripper. We called this at 3,200 or 3,205. Huge ripper. We hit this one and hit the highs of 3,300. Stop there. It's pulling back. Great. Let it pull back. MACDs are pulling back. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if it's going to keep going lower and to see if we have another opportunity to possibly get in. But again, it's all dependent on what's going to happen on Friday. Remember, all eyes on Powell. Tesla holding strong, man. Holds, hit that just under that target of 709. Really, really hard number. If it can go 709, there's a lot of supply up there. People are selling at that just above 709. But if it can take out that supply, it's got 726. Is it going to happen this week? I don't know. Next week, but again, it's all about Powell. Let's see what Powell happens. On Tesla. If not, it's going to go back down to about that 781. 781, you got, I'm sorry, 681, and you got 656. ISRG, holding pattern. This thing ripped pretty hard from 1,000 to about 1,060. We're in this consolidation period right now. Within 1, 2, 3 days, 4-day holding period. It has a 3-to-1 stock split coming up in October. So let's see if this thing can rip higher. Let's see if it can take out this 1059.80. If it can take that out, it's probably going to got 1100 in its miss. So I still believe strongly that this thing's going. It's now selling off pretty hard, still in the holding pattern. Again, the Delta variant. This is elective surgery. So if they start shutting down elective surgery, this can be impacted. But so far, so good. It's holding. Just taking a little bit of a rest. Let's see what happens. The MACDs again are turning. I like it in this oversold condition. Hasn't sold off pretty hard. If it starts ripping, it could be an indication of maybe doing the higher lows and start going higher. Again, MACDs here on Amazon are still going lower. Let it work lower. Tesla, it's above zero. It's looking good. We just needed to start going higher and break this 709. Chipotle, we call this at 1880. So far, we're sitting at 1930. So you got about a 50-point ripper. Still wants to go higher. MACDs are telling me still wants to go, chugging away. This is a slow mover, but it moves. Still going. Let's see. It's just consolidating. It probably wants to go to 1950 pretty soon. If it can take out that 18, I think it's right in here, that 1832, 34 area. It's having a hard time, but still chugging away slowly and nicely. Uh, Apple. I was looking at Apple. Apple's having a hard time over that 150. As you can tell, 150 is pretty hard, but it's still in a holding pattern on the daily chart. The 5 minute chart is still just banging away, coming down. We're at 148 right now, 148. MACDs are working lower. It's probably going to work up to that 150. When is that 150 going to break? I don't know, but it's still holding. So let it do its thing, you know. So if you're going to buy options, make sure to buy enough time. This is a slow mover, but it'll be very successful. Again, Apple on the MACD still working its way lower. Let's see if it forms a base here and starts turning. Once it starts turning, then I would say load up the boat. But right now, MACDs are turning, are working its way lower, trying to form a base. All right, I'm gonna add Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it's just consolidating period. Let's see what happens here. MicroStrategy is kind of going up slowly. But Bitcoin is just kind of lagging. Let's see if it's got this 5,600. We said that it can probably come down to around this 47, 4,400 area. Just let it do its thing. I'm adding GME and GameStop because this thing just moved. So on the top, I have GameStop uh, dailies and which is dailies and AMC dailies. So again, we on GameStop we went from 345 all the way down to 143. We just had a turn very similar to what happened in Bitcoin, but we having a nice little base pattern. We have a bear trap right here, and it took off to the races. We do have earnings here. Again, there is a lot of supply demand right here. Now, this is the 15-minute chart. Supply demand around this 225, 217. The MACDs are working this way lower. Let it work lower. Let it form a base. And then if you can, maybe a good time to add a position for a breakout. Now, be careful because tomorrow is earnings tomorrow. AMC, same type of technical pattern. It worked its way lower from the 65 all the way down to this $28 area. We do have a nice base pattern and similar format, same type of pattern. It's having a hard time. We're seeing a lot of selling pressure or supplies around this $48 to $46. It looks like it wants to go. I still believe it wants to go, but we want to see the MACDs turning and this start going up for another run up. So again, when is it going to happen? I don't know. Maybe today, maybe on Friday, maybe next week. But just keep it on the radar. And that's all I got. All right, let's go get it, guys.